So, in the last class, we were talking about some technical terms related to circuit theory. And so far, we have covered active devices, passive devices, time variant circuit, time invariant circuit, linear system and non-linear system, digital and analog system. Okay. Now, then we have also covered the sources, type of sources. In the last class, I have given you that there are two type of sources, dependent and independent. Independent means which have their own source of energy, while dependent means which are dependent on some circuit parameters for their source of energy. Is it clear or not? Okay. Then what else I have given you? That I have classified it that these sources can again be classified another form. What is that? Another classification is DC and AC. DC means direct current, AC means alternating current. Okay. So, direct current, I have already given you definition. The source which is unidirectional in nature, while alternating current sources are those sources which are bidirectional in nature. Then I have told you that the one classification I have done, that is dependent, independent and dependent. This is further being classified. Independent sources and dependent sources, these further being classified as voltage source and current source. Voltage source and current source. Okay. So, we have a independent voltage source, and we have a what? Current source. So, what is an ideal voltage source? First of all, I will give you the symbol also, how to represent a voltage source. Voltage source in most of the books you will find, it is represented by a circle with a plus and minus sign. Is it clear? A polarity sign is there. However, this polarity sign is especially for the DC. Okay. Sometimes, if it is AC source, AC voltage source, they put like this. Is it clear? Okay. This sign, this is a sine waveform which is being put inside it, and plus sign is indicating that it is at any instant this is the positive terminal of that given AC supply. Is it clear or not? While DC sources are always with a plus and minus sign. DC sources are also being, voltage sources are also being represented like this, plus and minus. This is clear or not? But what first I would like to focus on, what is the definition of voltage source, an ideal voltage source. Ideal means Adarsh. Okay, Adarsh. Just as we have many great leaders as our ideal, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru as a human. So here also, which voltage source will be called as an ideal source? Whose voltage remain constant. A source whose voltage remain constant irrespective of load. Irrespective of load. Whatever may be the load, the voltage will always remain constant. Meaning by thereby, suppose I say it can be put inside also, it can be put outside also. Suppose this is a 12 volt source is there. I am marking its terminal. Okay. So when I say 12 volt, if it is ideal source, whatever load I will connect it, load means any device which is consuming power. Is it clear? It can be resistor, it can be inductor, it can be capacitor, it can be motor, it can be bulb, or any device, it can be fan also. If any load is being connected here, but its voltage remain constant 12 volt only, then we call it as ideal voltage source. It does not changes with the load. मैंने यहाँ पे पंखा लगा दिया तो भी वोल्टेज कितना आ रहा है 12 वोल्ट. मैंने यहाँ पर बल्ब लगा दिया, वोल्टेज कितना आ रहा है 12 वोल्ट. मैंने यहाँ पर आपके कुछ भी रजिस्टर लगा दिया, वोल्टेज कितना आ रहा है 12 वोल्ट. देन दिस विल बी कॉल्ड एज एन आइडियल वोल्टेज सोर्स. दैट इज इफ आई विल ड्रॉ ग्राफ between V and IL. What is IL? Suppose I connect any load, definitely load will flow through it. Load current will flow through it. Is it clear? So I keep on changing this load, therefore load current will also change. Okay, but voltage remain constant. This is the VIL characteristics of ideal voltage source, that irrespective of the load, the voltage of the source remain constant. Constant एक straight line होगा कि नहीं होगा? That will be called as an ideal voltage source. But what is then practical voltage source? Practically क्या होगा? आदर्श की बातें आदर्श तक ही सीमित रहती है. Sir, be practical, sir. Is it clear? So how I can become practical? Practical, I will speak that there will load will be there. When load is connected, a load current will flow. Definitely there will be drop across, voltage drop across the load, and hence the voltage obtained across the battery will be always less than than is assigned value. जो 12 वोल्ट है, actually suppose this is R, this is R, and this is say IL, then definitely if I measure the voltage, it will be V minus IL R. A drop is there. Drop is there. Okay, across this terminal, and also there will be drop across this in the source also inside. That is called internal resistance. So here I am assuming, when I say ideal voltage source, what is internal resistance? 0. What is internal resistance? 0. But practically it has some internal resistance. So whenever current will flow, drop will be there across that internal resistance also. Just look towards this source. This is say V volt, and this is say R internal, and this is your load. This is IL. So when load is connected, IL current is flowing. There will be drop across this also. There will be drop across this also. So how much voltage you will obtain here? If I will put my voltmeter or my multimeter in the voltage form. I will put it here and measure the voltage. What I will get? V minus R internal IL. So this will be your so-called the terminal voltage across the source. Hence, and on what quantity it is dependent? ये किसके ऊपर निर्भर है? IL. IL जैसे जैसे बढ़ेगा ये क्वांटिटी बढ़ेगी और ये क्वांटिटी क्या हो जाएगी? कम होगी. इसका मतलब जब IL 0 है, there is no load. When current is 0 means this is open. Current is 0 means what? Open. There is no load. Current is there. This quantity will become. So V terminal means across this. अगर यहाँ मैं multimeter लगाऊंगा, I will obtain VT is equal to V. Now I increase the current. What will happen? अगर मैं करंट को इंक्रीज करता हूं, लोड लगाता हूं, करंट को बढ़ाता हूं, ठीक है, तो मेरा क्या होगा? ये बढ़ेगा, ये इसमें से घटेगा तो ये कम होता जाएगा. जो फर्स्ट हमें जीरो लोड पे मिला था, नो लोड पे मिला था. इज इट क्लियर? इट मींस प्रैक्टिकली देयर इज इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस इज देयर एंड दिस वोल्टेज drops as the load increases. Hence What type of characteristics I will obtain? Like this. This is the line of ideal, and this is the drooping characteristics of my practical voltage source. So this is ideal voltage source, and this is practical. You got my point or not? Everybody got this point? Okay, is there any question? So how I represent a practical voltage source? Simply a voltage in series with an internal resistance. So this is the symbolic representation of practical voltage source. So practical voltage source is always represented by source value and a resistance which is called internal resistance connected in series with the circuit. अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? Now next we move to the current source. So again question arises, what is an ideal current source? Ideal current source किसे कहेंगे आप? First of all, give the definition, then we will give its mathematical form. Ideal current source, similarly, whose current remain constant irrespective of the load. Whose current remain irrespective of load. Clear? Meaning thereby, now how to represent it? How to represent a current source? Again, we will draw a circle, and instead of the plus and minus sign, we will put an arrow, and outside we will write its magnitude value. Clear? Like this. So this is the representation of a current source, an arrow. Now this arrow is pointing up, means current is going up, and if this arrow is pointing down, then it means the current is going downward side. Clear or not? Is it clear? Now this is the symbolic representation of an ideal current source. Okay, so if I will plot a graph between load current and the source current, then what will be its shape? It will be again a straight line. Irrespective of the load, if I connect a load, it will always deliver I current. It will always deliver a I current. But what happens practically? So ideal characteristic is clear, but what happens practically? Practically, the load current is always less than source current. It means there is again existence of internal resistance. Is it clear? Here, in our practical case, practical current source, there will be internal resistance that is connected in parallel, just opposite of that as in the case of voltage source. voltage source में क्या करते थे? सीरीज में डालते थे इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस को, मगर यहां पर कहां है? पैरेलल में. and here there is a load is there. Okay, suppose this is I, this is IL. So definitely this, what will be there? There will be some current flowing through the internal resistance. Hence it is clear that IL is not equal to I. Clear? अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? Is it clear? आप यहां देखिए, लगा दीजिए I is equal डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग अमॉन्ग I internal and IL, therefore I is equal to I internal plus IL, and therefore IL is equal to I minus I internal. Clear? So again, if you will draw the practical current source, ideal current source characteristic is clear. What it will be n? But here, as the load current will increase, okay, definitely this so called the current will no longer will be an constant current. You got my point? Again, it will be having drooping characteristics. Is it clear or not? So these are the two cases of ideal voltage source, ideal current source, practical voltage source, and practical. But mind it, remember my very first word. These I have taken into which category? Independent sources. Independent sources. So independent sources are of two types: voltage source and current source. And you are clear what is ideal and what is practical. And you can convert it also equivalent. That is called an equivalent diagram. What is that equivalent diagram? Suppose you have been given and a voltage source like this. Internal resistance is say R and this is your voltage magnitude V. I can equivalent make its current source also. What I have to do? What is there in current source? A current source in parallel with an resistance. The value of this I will be equal to V by R. This V divided by R. Ohm's law simple. Okay. And the value of this parallel resistance will be same as that of R. You got my point? This is not I am telling you just cram it. You can derive it also. You can derive it also. Okay. Suppose how much is the current here? I, that is equal to V by R. Okay. So how much current will flow through it? It is open. So all current will flow through it. So what will be the voltage drop across R? VR कितना होगा? R multiply by that current, that is how much? That is equal to R into V by R, that you will get how much? V. So how much voltage you will get here? V. What is the voltage here? Simple. You got my point or not? Is it clear? So it is not that just I have given you some equivalent circuit diagram. They are being practically justified also. You can justify it also. Clear? Now come the dependent sources. Just as we have independent sources, we have as I have already told you that dependent sources have they obtain the energy from other sources or parameters. कहीं सर्किट में कुछ लगा हुआ है, रजिस्टर लगा हुआ, उसके ऊपर जब वोल्टेज होगा तो उसके ऊपर कुछ वोल्टेज बनेगा. अगर उसमें वोल्टेज नहीं है तो उसमें वोल्टेज नहीं होगा. हो सकता है किसी रजिस्टर में करंट फ्लो होगा तो फिर वो एक्टिव होगा. अगर करंट नहीं है तो वो एक्टिव नहीं होगा. इट मींस सर्किट में कहीं और करंट या वोल्टेज बह रहा है तब वो सोर्स एक्टिव होगा. इट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन सम अदर सोर्सेस. इज दिस क्लियर और नॉट? द सेम थिंग we have to here now these dependent sources are being further classified into four types of sources. How many? इंडिपेंडेंट को कितने में किया था हमने? 2. लेकिन यहां किस में करेंगे? 4. जिसमें 2 होंगे आपके वोल्टेज सोर्स और 2 होंगे आपके करंट सोर्स. इंडिपेंडेंट को हमने किस सिंबल से रिप्रेजेंट किया था? सर्कल से। किससे किया था? सर्कल से। किससे किया था हमने? सर्कल से। यहां हम इसको रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे डायमंड शेप सिंबल से। किससे करेंगे? चाहे वो करंट सोर्स हो, चाहे वोल्टेज सोर्स हो, किससे रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे? डायमंड शेप से। तो आपको जैसे ही डायमंड शेप दिखेगा आप इमीडिएटली कह देंगे क्या है ये डिपेंडेंट सोर्स। सर्कल दिखेगा तो आप क्या कहेंगे? इंडिपेंडेंट। अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? इज इट क्लियर? और बाकी टर्मिनोलॉजी वही है। अगर ये वोल्टेज सोर्स होगा तो यहां पे क्या लगेगा? प्लस माइनस। और अगर ये करंट सोर्स है या तो अबव में एरो होगा या बिलो में एरो होगा। अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? मगर दिस डिपेंडेंट शेप, दैट इज डायमंड शेप, will directly give you indication that it is a dependent source. If it is positive minus polarity is there, it means it is a voltage source, voltage dependent source. Okay, and if it is arrow sign is the voltage, sorry, current dependent source. अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? तो अब मैंने क्या बताया कि वोल्टेज सोर्स भी यहां कितने प्रकार के होते हैं? दो। करंट सोर्स भी कितने प्रकार के होंगे? दो। अब ये कैसे दो? मैंने क्या बताया कि ये डिपेंडेंट है। ये क्या है? डिपेंड। तो ये डिपेंडेंट दो ही क्वांटिटी पे हो सकते हैं, किसी पैरामीटर के वोल्टेज पे या करंट पे। कोई पैरामीटर का वोल्टेज कंट्रोल कर रहा है या इसको उसका करंट कंट्रोल कर रहा है। माना कि एक वोल्टेज सोर्स है, उसको करंट कंट्रोल कर रहा है। कंट्रोल कर रहा है मतलब वो क्या हो गया? डिपेंडेंट सोर्स। तो हम क्या कहेंगे उसको? वोल्टेज सोर्स। और कंट्रोल कौन कर रहा है? करंट। तो करंट कंट्रोल वोल्टेज सोर्स। अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं है? अब मान लो वही वोल्टेज सोर्स है, उसको कंट्रोल कर रहा है कौन? वोल्टेज। तो क्या बोलेंगे हम उसको? वोल्टेज कंट्रोल्ड वोल्टेज सोर्स। दो ये हो गए। इसी प्रकार इधर आ जाए, कोई डिपेंडेंट करंट सोर्स है, उसको कंट्रोल कर रहा है कोई करंट, तो करंट कंट्रोल्ड करंट सोर्स। उसी करंट सोर्स को कोई वोल्टेज कंट्रोल कर रहा है तो वोल्टेज कंट्रोल्ड करंट सोर्स। चार हो गए कि नहीं हो गए? पहला क्या हुआ हमारा? वोल्टेज कंट्रोल्ड वोल्टेज सोर्स। दूसरा क्या होगा हमारा? करंट कंट्रोल्ड वोल्टेज सोर्स। अब प्रश्न ये है कि ये दिखेंगे कैसे? तो ध्यान रखना, एक चीज तो मैंने बता दी, वोल्टेज सोर्स है तो डायमंड होगा और यहां क्या होगी? पोलैरिटी। ये क्लियर है? हमें कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा ये वोल्टेज कंट्रोल्ड है या करंट कंट्रोल्ड है? ये वोल्टेज सोर्स है, कौन सा है? डिपेंडेंट। लेकिन ये वोल्टेज करंट कंट्रोल है, वोल्टेज कंट्रोल है, वो डिपेंड करेगा आपके यहां पर वैल्यू क्या लिखी होगी। सपोज आई राइट के आई, क्या क्या लिखा मैंने? जहां आई कहीं बह रहा है, कहीं कहीं दूसरी ओर, तो साफ हो गया कि ये वोल्टेज सोर्स है, किस पे डिपेंडेंट है? करंट पे। तो इसको हम क्या कहेंगे? करंट कंट्रोल्ड वोल्टेज। अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? अगर इसके जगह मेरा ये इस प्रकार का डायग्राम, इफ माई डायग्राम इज लाइक दिस, ओके, दिस इज प्लस एंड माइनस एंड आई राइट डाउन केवी, it is a voltage source, dependent voltage source, but depend upon voltage. It is being controlled by some voltage flowing, voltage across some parameters in the circuit. So it is a voltage controlled voltage source. अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? क्लियर? दूसरा हमारा क्या है? ये क्लासिफिकेशन हो गया। और क्या क्लासिफिकेशन हमारा? करंट सोर्स का। करंट सोर्स भी दो प्रकार के, कौन से? थर्ड, वोल्टेज कंट्रोल्ड कैसा इसका शेप दिखेगा? Sorry. Clear? Is it clear? It will depend upon some voltage, and arrow is indicating it is a current source, and diamond shape is indicating it is a dependent source. Is it clear or not? And lastly, fourth one will be what? What is that? Current controlled current this is clear. Okay, arrow is indicating it is a current source, diamond shape is indicating a dependent source, dependent current source, and this value ki is indicating that it is a current controlled current dependent source. अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? You got my point or not? So that's how the four sources are there in our circuit theory, four dependent sources and two independent sources. Is it clear? That's all for today. In the next class, we will take the different theorems starting from the Kirchhoff law. Is it clear? And there are certain terms also related to Kirchhoff laws also, that also we will discuss. So that's all for today.